This is setup of venturimeter. So this is venturimeter. The objective of this experiment is to determine coefficient of discharge of this venturimeter. Now coefficient of discharge is ratio of actual discharge to theoretical discharge. Actual discharge can be measured by formula volume of water in the tank by time required to fill the particular height. So volume by time gives you actual discharge, and theoretical discharge is evaluated from the equation A1 A2 root over 2gh upon A1 square minus A2 square, where A1 A2 are the area of venturimeter at inlet and throat. H is deflection of mercury in the manometer in meter of Hg. So by finding out H, we can easily measure or evaluate the theoretical discharge. In actual practice, actual discharge is always less than theoretical discharge, because while deriving the theoretical discharge, whatever assumptions are valid for Bernoulli's theorem, same assumptions are also valid for this actual theoretical discharge. So actual discharge is considered losses, and hence this value is less than theoretical discharge. Therefore, CD plays an important role. While evaluating actual discharge, CD value must be known to us, and standard value for CD for any venturimeter lies in the range of 0.9 to 0.98. So today we are going to verify this coefficient of discharge value by using experiment. Now let's try to start the experiment. Before that, H is deflection of mercury in the manometer, but here flowing fluid is water. That's why it is important to convert deflection of mercury into deflection of water by using formula. H is equal to y into bracket Sm by Sl minus 1, where y is deflection of mercury in the manometer, Sm is specific gravity of manometric liquid, Sl is specific gravity of water. So we put these values and find out H. The unit of H is meter of water column. Okay. So to find out actual discharge and theoretical discharge, we have to start the setup experiment. Before that, I will tell you about this venturimeter. So there are three different sections of the venturimeter. This is first section is convergence section, middle is throat, and last section is divergent section. The convergence section length is always less than divergent section, because as we reduce the length of divergent section, the cone angle will be increases, and that will increase the flow separation and eddy formation losses, and that's why efficiency or accuracy of venturimeter drops down. So the proper angle should be given to the divergent angle. The angle is always in between 5 degree to 7 degree. So to maintain that angle, the divergent length should be more than the convergent length. This convergent cone angle is always 20 degree, and divergent cone angle is in between 5 degree to 7 degree. The diameter of throat is approximately half of the diameter of venturimeter. Now, venturimeter. So, we'll start the setup. Initially, we'll have to open the wall of pipe where we connected the venturimeter. This is bypass wall. This is fully closed. So, we are measuring, or we are taking first reading for full discharge. Initially, this wall is fully open. This is flow control wall, this is bypass wall. Initially this wall is closed, this wall is fully open. So all flow is moving from the venturimeter. Now for this particular type of flow, we will be measuring the deflection and time required to fill the tank or fill the volume of water in the tank. So see here, this is deflection of mercury in the manometer. You can see this is upper level and this is bottom level. The difference between this will be Y. Y is the deflection of mercury and its unit will be mm of Hg. You have to convert into meter and you can write down. Then From y, you can find out h. From y, you can find out h by formula h is equal to y into bracket Sm by Sl minus 1. Where y is the deflection in meter of He. Sm is specific gravity of nanometric fluid, that is mercury 13.6. Sl is specific gravity of fluid, that is water 1. Right? So from this formula you can find out h. From h you can find out theoretical discharge. Actual discharge can be measured by measuring time, whose volume is given in the manual. So for 100 mm rise of water column, we can measure time. Now we are going to stop this wall. We have to close this wall. Then water will be rising in the piezometer, and we'll see how much time is required to fill this tank up to 100 mm height of water column. So we'll have to open this wall again. So from this time and volume we can find out actual discharge. Actual discharge by theoretical discharge will be coefficient of discharge. Standard value of coefficient of discharge is ranging from 0.9 to 0.98. By this experiment we are going to verify whether our CD value for this ventimeter will be within that range or not. If it is within that range, then we can say that our estimation is correct. Thank you.